My name is Maris Calloway, and I am 30 years old. I am sitting at a big family dinner in a warm, cozy Italian restaurant in Tulsa. The room is full of sounds, clinking glasses, people laughing, forks tapping on plates, and soft music playing from speakers on the wall. The lights are warm and make everything look golden and happy. I watch my family talk and laugh together, and I try to smile even though I feel tired from work. Dad's phone is sitting on the table next to his plate. It suddenly buzzes and lights up. I look down at it because I think it might be a work email or a reminder about his store. But then I see something strange. The screen shows a message from a group chat called Inner Circle. That name makes my heart feel funny, like it's a secret club I'm not supposed to know about. I pretend to fix my napkin so I can lean closer. My hand moves toward the screen before my brain even thinks about it. I tap the new message. It says, "Don't tell Maris." My heart starts pounding super fast, like I ran up a hill. My hands shake a little. I scroll through the chat, and as I read the messages, my stomach feels like it is dropping down an elevator shaft. My brothers, Alistair and Thayer, and my mom, Nancy, are talking about dividing Grandpa Lucius's company shares. His company is worth $190,000. They are splitting the money and the shares between themselves. But not me. My name isn't there anywhere. It feels like someone erased me with a giant pencil eraser. My chest hurts. My throat feels tight. I think about Grandpa Lucius teaching me to code on his old, big, slow computer when I was younger. He always told me I was smart and good at tech. He promised that all of us grandkids would get part of the company one day. And now I see messages that show everyone got a share, except me. Across the table, my family laughs together, not noticing me at all. They talk about silly stories and plans. I grip my fork so tightly that my fingers hurt. I pretend everything is fine, even though inside I feel like crying and yelling at the same time. Why am I always the one left out? I'm the one who fixes all their tech problems. I'm the one who stays up late to solve things for them. But when something important happens, something big, they leave me out like I don't matter. I slip my phone into my pocket. My face is calm, but inside my thoughts are loud and messy. I already know that tonight, after dinner, I will start something new. Something for myself. A new plan. A new circle. One where I won't be left out. After dinner, I stayed behind at the restaurant because Dad asked me to fix his online ordering system. The people in the restaurant slowly leave, one by one, until the room is almost empty. The noise fades, and soon I only hear the soft clatter of plates being put away by the workers and the hum of the big white machines in the server room. Dad's phone is still on the counter beside me. He forgot it there, and it's still unlocked. My eyes keep getting pulled back to it, like a magnet. I try to focus on the computer, but I can't stop thinking about the group chat. Finally, I open the phone again and tap on the Inner Circle chat. My pulse races as new messages appear. Alistair is bragging about buying a house with his share of the company's stock. Thayer is excited about starting a music studio with his portion. Mom says things like, "Make sure Maris doesn't find out." And then I see a new message from someone who hurts me even more. Marceline. Marceline is my friend from college. We spent so many nights coding together. She knows how much Grandpa meant to me. But in the chat she writes, "Maris doesn't need to know." My whole body freezes. Her words feel like someone pushing me off a cliff. How could she help them hide this from me? Even though I'm hurting, I keep working on the computer because that is what I always do. I fix things for everyone. The screen flashes with a new error. I start typing fast, trying to stop myself from crying. Memories pop into my head. I remember last Christmas when Dad's store almost closed because the computer system broke. I stayed up all night fixing it. I remember making a website for Alistair's engineering work, so he could look professional. He got compliments, but he never thanked me. I remember helping Thayer with his music payments, so he could get paid for his shows. I helped all of them, and they didn't think I deserved a single share. I swallow my anger and my sadness. The restaurant lights are dim and make big shadows on the walls. It feels like the shadows are wrapping around me. Marceline's words repeat in my head. Maris doesn't need to know. She knew how much I loved coding because Grandpa taught me. She knew my dream of being a graphic designer. She knew my family teased me about it. And she still helped them hide things. I scroll through more messages. Mom wrote another text. Bethy's too busy with work. As if being helpful and hardworking means I don't deserve anything. I grip Dad's phone so hard I feel the edges digging into my palm. I want to walk out and scream at them. But instead, I breathe slowly and finish fixing the broken database link on the computer. Dad pokes his head into the room. All done, he asks. I nod, even though I want to cry. System's fixed, I say calmly. He smiles, thanks me, and walks away, having no idea what I just read. I look back at the servers with their blinking lights. It feels like they are blinking at me, telling me the truth. My family planned everything behind my back. Alistair's new house. Thayer's new studio. Mom's silence. Marceline's betrayal. It all hurts so much. I shut the systems down, pack my bag, and leave the dark restaurant. As I walk to my car, the cool night air hits my face. I feel a strong, new feeling growing inside me. A feeling that says, I will not let them erase me. I drive home through the streets of Tulsa. The buildings and streetlights blur past my window as if the city is rushing by. But my mind stays stuck on the group chat and what I saw. My fingers grip the steering wheel so tightly it almost hurts. When I finally park at my apartment in Brookside, I sit there in the dark car for a moment. I think about all the years I helped my family with their tech problems. I think about the nights I stayed awake fixing things while they slept. I walk up the stairs to my apartment. Inside, my desk is messy with my graphic design tablet, pencils, notebooks, and big screens. Things I love. Things I want to use to make art. But my family always said it was a silly hobby. Alistair said I would never make it as an artist. Mom told me to stick to real work. Even Marceline teased me about it. I pick up my tablet and hold it gently. The screen is dark, but I know it can show bright, wonderful things. I used to draw every day, dreaming of being a real designer. I stopped dreaming because my family always needed me to fix their problems. But today I realized something big. I stopped choosing myself. I let them choose everything for me. I let them make me small. Not anymore. Grandpa believed in my art. He believed in my coding. He believed in me. I begin pacing around my room. My heart beats fast, not with fear now but with a growing strength. I deserve those shares. I deserve to be included. I deserve respect. I deserve my own life, not just the life they want me to have. I sit at my desk and open my laptop. The soft glow lights up my face in the dark apartment. Outside, I hear cars passing and the quiet hum of my neighborhood. Inside, I feel fierce. I opened a new document. At the top, I typed the name. The Real Circle. This is my circle. My plan. My power. Not theirs. I start writing down every time I helped them, every time I saved something, every time I worked for them without getting anything back. Christmas when Dad's store almost closed, fixed by me. Alistair's engineering website built by me. Thayer's payment problems solved by me. I write everything. The more I write, the stronger I feel. I realize I am not just someone who fixes things. I create things. I think. I plan. I design. I deserve respect, and I will get it. My eyes land on the tablet stylus sitting on my desk. It was a gift from Grandpa before he passed away. He told me my drawings could change the world someday. I never forgot his words. I just buried them. Tonight, I dig them back up. I grab the stylus, open a design app, and draw a logo for the Real Circle. I make it bold, strong, and sharp, something that shows power and hope. Something that shows a new beginning. My brothers can keep their secret plans. Mom can hide behind her quiet lies. Marceline can pretend she is loyal. I will not be their tool anymore. I will search for their documents. I will collect proof. I will get a lawyer. I will take back what is mine. My heart beats with purpose. I am scared, but I am excited too. For the first time in a long time, I feel like my life is mine again. I save the document. The words "The Real Circle" glow on my screen like a tiny sun. This is my circle now. A circle where I am seen. A circle where I matter. A circle where I am strong and unstoppable. In the quiet of my apartment, I log into the family cloud using the admin access that Dad gave me long ago. Outside, the Brookside night is dark and peaceful. But inside, I feel sharp and focused, like I am finally waking up. I scroll through folders. Sales reports. Inventory lists. Company files. Old projects. Then I see a locked folder named Legacy Plan. My heart jumps. I click it and type in Dad's password, the same one he never changed. The folder opens. Inside is a document called Share Distribution Agreement. I click it, and it shows all the names of the people who get the shares. Alistair. Thayer. Mom. Not me. The $190,000 is split between them. I stare at the screen. I feel cold and hot at the same time. I see another file called Thayer's Studio Plan. It shows how he will use his share to build his music studio. They planned everything. Together. In secret. Without me. I lean back in my chair. The bright screen shines on my face. I remember teaching Mom how to save files. I remember helping Alistair store his engineering projects. I remember connecting Thayer's accounts so he could upload his music. I helped build this cloud. I helped everyone. And they still locked me out of the legacy. These documents tell me the truth. They erased me. But I will not stay erased. I will fight for myself. And I will win. I pick up my phone and call Theo Ashford, a kind lawyer friend I met in college. Theo always talks in a calm, steady way, like a teacher who wants to help. When he answers, he says softly, "Maris, what's wrong? What happened?" I take a deep breath and tell him everything that has been bothering me. I tell him about the secret family chat where they talked about giving out company shares. I tell him about the document I found in the cloud and how I saw that my name was not included anywhere. I explain how my family left me out, even though Grandpa Lucius always treated me fairly. Theo listens very carefully, the way a good friend does. He doesn't talk until I finish every detail. Then he explains things slowly so I can understand. He says Oklahoma has laws that help people who are treated unfairly when a family member dies and leaves their things behind. If someone is supposed to be included but gets left out, the law can help them speak up. If Grandpa Lucius's will, the paper that says who gets what, had my name in it, then I might have a strong case. He tells me about something called fiduciary duty. That big word means Dad, who is in charge of Grandpa's estate, must be fair to everyone and not cheat anyone. When Theo says this, I feel a little hope, like a small light turning on in a dark room. I ask, can I sue them? Can I go to court? Theo thinks for a moment and says, yes, maybe you can. But you need proof. You need the real will, or at least something that shows what your grandpa wanted. My brain starts spinning fast like a race car. I tell Theo thank you and promise to send him the documents. I sit down and open my email. My hands are shaking, but I still type a message to Dad. I write, I found the legacy plan in the cloud. Why am I not included? Please send Grandpa Lucius's will. I make my tone strong, not soft or scared. I don't talk like the fixer they always expect me to be. I press the send button. My heart beats loudly in my chest, but I stay calm. A few minutes later, my inbox goes ping. I open the message quickly, expecting it to be from Dad. But it's from Mom. Her email says, we're handling things. Don't worry, dear. That is all. No answers. No explanations. No will. She just tries to make it sound like everything is fine, even though it isn't. I feel anger rise inside me like hot water in a pot. Mom is avoiding my question. She is trying to protect Dad. She is trying to hide the truth again. I push my chair forward and search deeper into the cloud, typing carefully and opening every folder. After clicking around for a while, I found a file named Lucius Calloway Estate. My heart jumps. I open it fast, but my excitement fades. The file is only a draft, not the final will. It says the shares should be divided equally between all the grandchildren, including me and Mom. But it is not finished, and there is no final signed version. My stomach twists into a knot. Did Dad change the will? Did he remove me? Because he is the executor, the boss of the estate, he has power. He could make changes without me knowing. Theo's words echo in my mind. You need proof. I save the draft. My evidence folder grows bigger. I think of Marceline, my friend from college. She knew my dreams. She knew how much I cared about Grandpa's company. Yet she stayed quiet in the chat. She stood beside my family like nothing was wrong. The memory stings like a tiny cut on my finger. But I push her out of my mind and keep working. Another file pops up on the screen. It's Alistair's budget paper for the new house he wants to buy. He is planning to use his share of the company money, the same share they are keeping away from me. They all already started building their lives with the money. They expected me not to know anything at all. It hurts, but it also makes me stronger. I copy Alistair's file into my real circle, the folder where I save my evidence. I also add Thayer's studio plan and other documents. Everything goes inside the real circle. Every file feels like one more puzzle piece that shows the truth. I stare at my laptop with cold, steady eyes. I feel like a soldier in a quiet war room. The room is so silent I can hear the tiny hum of my computer. Dad's power as executor feels huge, but I am not scared now. I have information. I have a lawyer friend. I can fight. I write notes inside the real circle. Find final will. Ask for company records. Talk to a probate lawyer in Tulsa. I sit back in my chair. The apartment around me feels small but safe. The sunlight coming through the blinds warms my face. Mom's email floats through my memory again. She didn't help me. She hid the truth. She wants me to stay quiet. But I'm done staying quiet. Then my phone buzzes loudly. It's Alistair. He sends me a text that says, "You're poking into things that aren't your business." His words sound like he is yelling at me. He is trying to scare me, trying to make me stop. I feel a fire inside my chest. I take a screenshot of the text and save it to my folder. Before I even finish saving it, my phone rings. It's Mom. I answer, and her voice is sharp and mean. "Did you change the store's system password?" she asks, sounding like she thinks I broke the computer on purpose. I explain, "No, I only fixed it like I always do." But she doesn't listen. She says I'm causing trouble. Her words hurt. But I'm starting to understand their trick. They want to blame me, so I will give up. I save the call log too. A few minutes later, my phone buzzes again. It's Marceline. Her message says, "I'm sorry you're upset, but you already have a good career." It feels like she is saying I don't deserve anything. It feels like she is telling me to stop fighting. I take a screenshot and save it too. My folder gets heavier with evidence. Then I call Alistair. I keep my voice steady even though my heart beats fast. I say, "Your text doesn't scare me." Alistair laughs at me. He says I'm overreacting. He says the shares are for people who need them more. "No," I say. "I deserve my share. Grandpa wanted it equal." He laughs again, calling me emotional. But I stay strong. "I'm not your fixer anymore," I say, then I hang up. I walk around my apartment, breathing hard. But something feels different. I feel strong, not scared. The sun lights up the room, making everything feel bright and clear. I think about Grandpa. I think about how he taught me to code when I was little. He believed in me before anyone else did. He never treated me like I was less. He built the company for all of us. I sit back down and open my laptop. The real circle shows all the files. The share agreement, Thayer's studio plan, Alistair's house budget, the screenshots, everything. Every piece helps me build my case. I call Theo again. His voice is calm and warm. I tell him everything that happened. I sent him all the screenshots and documents. He says this shows they plan to exclude me. He repeats the law and says I might be able to take Dad to court for not being fair. He tells me he will find a Tulsa lawyer for me. I feel grateful. I email him the share agreement and draft will. After the call, I sit quietly at my desk. I think about everything they did. Alistair bullying me, Mom blaming me, Marceline acting like I don't matter. All of it was meant to make me feel small. But instead it makes me stronger. I write more notes in my folder. Meet lawyer tomorrow. Ask Dad for will again. Get all company papers. The $65,000 isn't just money. It is proof that Grandpa believed in me. It is my part of the family, and I am not letting it go. I remember all the times I helped my family. Fixing Dad's computer systems, building Alistair's website, fixing Thayer's accounts. And all that time, they secretly planned to cut me out. I save everything and close my laptop. The quiet hum feels like the laptop is cheering for me. I'm not their fixer anymore. That evening, I send a group text. I invite everyone to a coffee shop in Tulsa the next morning. I write the time and place with a steady hand. I press send. The next morning, I walk into the cozy coffee shop with wooden tables and warm smells. My family is already there. Dad sits stiffly, Mom fidgets with her cup, Alistair leans back proudly, Thayer stares at his phone, and Marceline sits quietly looking down. I sat down. I look at all of them. "I know about the chat," I say. "I know about the share split. Why did you leave me out?" Dad talks first. He says, "Maris, you have a good job. You don't need the money like Alistair and Thayer." Mom nods and says sweetly, "We thought you would understand. You're so independent." Alistair smirks and says, "You're making this too big. The shares are for bigger plans, not your little coding gigs." Thayer mumbles, "Yeah. You're fine." Marceline stays silent. I breathe slowly. I remember Grandpa. I remember his fairness. "He wanted equal shares," I said firmly. Dad shifts in his seat. Mom snaps, "You're making this hard. We're family." "Family?" I say. "Family doesn't hide things." I take out my phone. I have a share agreement. Thayer's plan. Alistair's budget. The screenshots. Everything. Their faces change. They look worried. Alistair tries to scare me again. "Stop this." "No," I say. "I want my $65,000. My share." Mom says I'm selfish. I stand up, my chair scraping loudly across the floor. "I'm done being your fixer," I say. "I'm taking this to court." Dad's face turns pale. Mom gasps, and Alistair's smirk disappears from his face. Thayer keeps staring at his phone and doesn't say a single word. Marceline's eyes drop toward the floor again like she is too afraid to look at anyone. I hold my bag tightly, lift it onto my shoulder, and walk out the door. The warm Tulsa sun touches my face as soon as I step outside. A feeling inside me suddenly becomes lighter, like a big heavy stone finally rolled off my chest. I feel a rush of freedom I have been wishing for. I have told my truth out loud. I have shown everyone the lies they tried to hide. They can't control me anymore. Outside, the city hums softly, cars driving, birds chirping, people talking far away. Everything feels calmer than the room I just left. I feel lighter than I have in years. Cutting them off isn't only about getting my share of the company money. It's also about taking back my own worth and finally choosing myself. My grandfather's legacy won't be honored by their greed. It will be honored by my courage. I walk toward my car. My steps feel stronger. My heart feels brave. I'm ready for whatever comes next. That night, sleep didn't come easily. I lie in bed, staring at my phone screen. Thayer's Twitter post glows brightly in the dark room. He wrote, "Some people are too greedy for family shares," and he tagged me in the post. He wants everyone to see it. His words sting like a bee. They make me look like a bad person just because I want the $65,000 share that belongs to me from my grandfather's company. I feel my chest get tight, but I don't cry. Instead, I take a screenshot. I save it in my special folder called The Real Circle, my evidence folder where I keep all the proof of how they treat me. Notifications keep popping up, retweets, likes, comments from strangers who don't know anything about the real story. Mom, the one who hides family secrets, says nothing. She doesn't comment. She doesn't defend me. But her silence feels like she agrees with Thayer's attack. I grit my teeth. I refuse to let their posts and their words scare me away. More messages appear on my phone. Aunt Verity texts me. "Maris, stop tearing the family apart." Uncle Caspian says, "You're hurting everyone with this nonsense." My cousin Alicia adds, "Why can't you just let it go?" Their words feel like a planned attack, like they all met and decided to message me at the same time. They are repeating what Thayer said. Maybe Mom whispered to them, telling them to pressure me. I imagine her doing that, trying to make me stop fighting. I save all their messages too. Their pushiness doesn't scare me. It only makes my decision stronger. I open my laptop and email Theo, my friend from college who is a lawyer. I tell him everything. I attach the screenshot of Thayer's post and all the messages from Verity, Caspian, and Alicia. I attach the draft of the estate papers and the texts from Alastair and Marceline. I tell Theo clearly. I am asking for my $65,000 share, my 1/3 of the estate. Theo writes back quickly. "This helps your case," he says. "The public attack and the family pressure show they're trying to keep you out on purpose." He connects me with a Tulsa probate lawyer named Callista Vey. She is an expert in estate fights. I sent Callista everything. She called me soon after. Her voice is sharp, steady, and professional. "Oklahoma law supports equal distribution if your grandfather intended it," she explains. She tells me all my documents, texts, and even the Twitter post make my case strong. She says the Twitter post especially shows bad behavior from my family. Callista writes a demand letter. It talks about their duty to treat me fairly, and mentions the draft wills that show we were all supposed to share equally. I read it and approve of it. It feels powerful. It feels right. The letter says they have 1 week to give me my $65,000 share, or we will take them to court. I sent the letter to Dad, Mom, Alastair, and Thayer. My message is clear. I am not going to be quiet anymore. 2 days later, Mom texts me. "You're embarrassing us online." Her message drips with blame, but she ignores what Thayer posted. I don't reply. I let the truth speak for itself. Verity sends another message. She tries to sound gentle, but she's still telling me to stop. "Think about your grandfather's memory," she says. But I am thinking about him. He taught me to stand up, not step back. His company was meant for all of us, not just for the people they choose. I save Mom's text too. More proof. More truth for Callista. The attacks keep coming, but now they help me focus. On the 5th day, Callista calls again. "There's news," she says. "Your family's lawyer contacted me. They agreed to settle. You will receive your $65,000 share." A huge breath escapes my lungs. The weight lifts. Dad signs the agreement because he doesn't want a court fight. Alastair and Thayer say nothing. Their plans for new houses and music studios now have to be split 3 ways, not 2. Mom still stays silent. Her silence feels heavier than words. Marceline, the friend who betrayed me, doesn't contact me either. I don't care. I won. On Friday morning, my phone beeps. A bank alert shows the $65,000 has finally arrived. My grandfather's money is now in my hands. I feel proud. It's a symbol of a very hard fight I refuse to lose. In my Brookside apartment, I open my laptop and write an email to Dad, Mom, Alistair, and Thayer. I'm done providing free tech support, I say. No more fixing computers, no more managing accounts, no more building websites. I hit send. The last rope they used to pull me around is cut. Outside, the Tulsa skyline shines like a promise. I met Vianet, my grandfather's old friend, at a cafe near Brookside. She is smart, organized, and kind. Years of helping my grandfather in his office gave her great skills. I ask her if she wants to be my assistant for the graphic design studio I'm starting. Her eyes brighten. She nods happily and says yes. We rent a small studio in Tulsa's Arts District, only 5 minutes from my apartment. I use part of the shared money to buy computers, software, drawing tools, printers, and everything I need. The designs my family once laughed at begin to grow into real projects. I make logos, websites, and marketing designs. Lori handles phone calls, scheduling, and clients. Her steady energy keeps the studio running smoothly. 1 year later, our studio is busy and beloved. Local businesses hire us for important projects. My portfolio fills with bold, bright, powerful designs. Lori becomes someone I trust deeply. She feels like a piece of my grandfather's kindness that stayed with me. I name our team the Real Circle. It used to be the name of my evidence folder. Now it means loyalty, safety, and honesty. Theo joins as our advisor. We meet every week to talk about ideas, plans, dreams, and contracts. They become my new chosen family. Stronger, kinder, and more loyal than the one I left behind. One day, Dad emails me and says, "We miss you." His words sound soft, but I don't respond. None of them apologized. None of them admitted what they did. Thayer's public post still hurts. I choose peace. I choose distance. I choose myself. My studio's success proves I never needed their approval. Verity, Caspian, and Alicia sometimes send messages, but I leave them unread. My grandfather's lessons, resilience, coding, bravery, and self-worth, guide me now. Later, I hear about Thayer's troubles. His music studio is being checked by the IRS. He gets big fines because he didn't keep his books organized. I used to fix his mistakes, and now without me, everything falls apart. Alistair's engineering jobs slow down too. His website, the one I made, breaks and stays broken. He doesn't know how to fix it. Mom is silent. Her secrets are not mine to carry anymore. Marceline disappears from my life. Her part in their plan is done. Their troubles don't make me smile, but they show me I made the right choice. I was not just their tech helper. I was the foundation they stood on without ever thanking me. Sitting in my bright studio, surrounded by art and ideas, I think about everything. The $65,000 wasn't just money. It was my place in my grandfather's story. My right. My voice. My strength. Building this business helped me claim my dreams again. The Real Circle, Lori and Theo, is not just a team. It is a home. A family I chose. A family built on trust, kindness, and honesty. I learned that my worth comes from protecting myself and believing in my value, not from trying to please people who tried to silence me.